this way. I'm going to share my screen and show you your character.
Oh, creature type, awakening ram.
Can you read it all, or is it too small?
No, I've just made it bigger. Natural close combat weapon, solid and reliable. Charge and drive target. Yep, go on. I'm ready. Wow.
So, these are your weapons, right? You've got twin shoulder bazookas, which is what you decided.
Yep.
You have 3 actions that you can do with those things, right? So you've got a rocket shot, which fires a powerful blast at range. So you can send a bazooka rocket into a crowd or whatever, right?
Right.
Yep. You've got scatter blast, which forces enemies to break formation. So if there's lots of people, you can use that to try and sort of break them up, or try and make them hide, depending on what you want. And then, for a little bit of fun, we've got rocket jump. Rocket jump is if you want to get to a higher place, or if there's like a big gap or something that you want to cross, you can use rocket jump. You point your bazookas at the ground, and as you fire, you jump. So it sends you flying. So it's a way to get up high or get across gaps, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
As well as that, you've got your horns, so you don't always have to use your rocket. You can use your horns for close combat. So, like, maybe if you was in a building, you probably won't be able to use your rockets because, yeah, you're in a building.
Right. Horn hook. What's a horn hook? How pulls enemies closer?
Yeah. So, yeah, you sort of grab them with your horn and you pull them close, and then you can like.
That for me to do that, I have to tell you to do.
Yes. So so I'll put you in a situation, right? And you tell me what your character would do. So you can. What I usually do in my games with the other people that I'm with, we speak for our characters and we just tell the dungeon master, that's the person that leads, what their character does and says, right?
Yeah.
And the dungeon master decides how successful that is or whatever. Right?
Right.
Understand so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to learn by doing, okay? So I've set up a bit of a session to make it nice and easy for you to understand. You've got your invisibility shield, but you can't have it on all the time because that would be overpowered and that would defeat the point of the story.
Yeah.
So you can use it briefly. So you vanish if you need to reposition. So like if you come up against an enemy or something, then you can use your invisibility shield to sort of disappear, but it's not for a long time.
So I'd have to say to you, ram, invisibility, move.
Basically, yeah. You don't have to say, you can literally describe what you want to do. So you can say, I want to use my invisibility shield to try and get away from this person, right? And then I will get you to roll a dice to decide how successful or not successful that is.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't realise there was lots of dice as well. I just watched the other end of the video.
Don't worry about the dice. Yeah, don't worry. We're just going to use D20. So we're just using 20-sided dice. I'm not going to make it overly complicated for you.
That's good. Good.
So this is your dice belt of many colors. This is what it does. This is your special item. So you have a special item. It's a belt with lots of D20s on it, right?
Yeah.
Because you love Monopoly, I created this specifically for you because I know you like to roll dice.
Yeah.
So with this belt, you can push your luck, basically. So you can use Fortune Favor. So once per turn, you can re-roll the D20, right?
Yeah.
If you got a D20 and you got like a 1, because you've got this special belt on, you can say, I'd like to re-roll my roll using my dice.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Another player. So your belt, you can, if you get a bad dice, we can re-roll. Okay. So if you get a bad result,
Oh, he's gone.
only once per turn. So when you are, so once per turn, you're doing an action, you're saying something, you're doing something. So like if you were in a fight, for example, you would attack, and then the player that you're, or the NPC that you're playing, will attack back. Okay, so that's a turn. So it's something that you do in that moment. So
Right.
you can use this dice. So if I tell you to roll a dice and you get a bad score, you can re-roll and get a better score. Right?
Yeah. With you.
And then once per mission, so once per session, you can do this. So you can roll 3 D20s at the same time.
Oh, bye, Michael.
You can roll 3 D20s, and then whatever the highest score is for that, you take that highest number, and that's what the result is. Okay. So if you got a 1, a 5, and a 13, you would take the 13.
Yes. Hello, Michael.
I'm back again.
Okay.
Sorry, my phone just decided it was going to restart itself.
That's annoying. So, does that make sense?
Bald
Oh,
head.
what's that? Sorry,
He's got a bald head.
Michael. Yeah, he does it. So you have a weakness because you're a sheep. You are not very good at being wet. If you are wet, sheep can swim, but it makes their wool soggy, so they get weighed down. So if you are wet, if you are drenched, if you are soggy, you cannot use your invisibility shield. Okay.
Right.
Don't worry, I know this is a lot. I'm going to send you your character sheet. So you've got a version of it. Michael's already seen his. Michael's created his character. Michael knows what his character is, knows what the things is. He's just as blind to this as well. But your name is Sir Reginald Rambo. That's your name. Rambo.
Okay.
Like it. This is you. I will show you Michael's character. A little bit different to yours, but this is Michael's. His name is Canute. He's a sharp Viking king.
I'm gonna blow you up.
Not very nice.
So he's got a battle axe, and he's got a shield as well, but his one isn't invisibility one. His one's just a normal shield. And then he's got his special item is a gold medallion that makes him gain allies get a bit of a morale boost, and they any people that are sort of fighting you, they get intimidated by it.
Okay.
His weaknesses are if a player gets ill, he gets something called bloodlust, so he just keeps on attacking, and he doesn't know when to stop, basically. And then he's also hungry for gold. So if somebody, even if mid-battle, somebody offers him some gold, he'll be like, all right, okay, cool. And he decides whether he takes it or not, basically. And you may choose to end combat, or you may want to continue. So, that's who you are. I am nobody at the moment. I am God, as far as things are going so far. I have set up this is where our game is going to start. You are both in jail cells. Canute's in this one. So Reginald is in this one. As I said, we're going to learn by doing. So hopefully it will become clear as we go. What I'm going to do for ease sake, I'm going to, for now, I'm going to roll dice for you. So that just makes things easier because you're both on phone, so it's a bit difficult to do multiple screens. So I'm going to, what will I do? I need to find the site that I was going to use.
Don't worry about it. Just a little. Welcome to my public.
Oh, way too. Okay. We'll just use the Google version. Which is so looks like this. Okay. So when it gets to a point where I ask you what you want to do, you tell me what you want to do, and then we will roll the dice and see what the number is, decides how successful.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to blast the doors.
Can't do that yet. So, because you're in jail, you've had everything taken off you.
Oh, I didn't say that. Okay. I want to use my horns and ram the door.
Before we do that, before we actually start, there's three things for your character that is important in this world, right? So how strong you are, how clever you are, and how good at doing things you are. So like finesse, basically. So finesse is like things like stealth or perception, seeing things and knowing how to do it, right? Or like if you're looking to see if there's a way out, you'd use finesse. Okay, so
Right.
you each have these three things. So you have force, finesse, and mind. These are your three traits. And you both need to decide how many points go into each of these. So each trait starts with 3 points in each. And you have 10 more points total to decide what goes where. And you can't make it even across the whole thing. So you can't make all of your stats exactly the same. So you've got 3 in force, 3 in finesse, and 3 in mind to start off with. You've got 10 more points to allocate. So
I don't know.
where would you like to put points? You've got 10 more to allocate between strength, mind, and finesse. What would you like to do?
Right. 5 strength.
So you'll have 8 total. Yep.
Why have I got 8 total out of 10?
You've
5
already got, you've already got 3 in each.
Oh, 3 in each.
Yeah. So
Right.
you start with 3 across the board, and then you just decide how much more you put into that.
Right.
So
I
you've
want
got
3 finesse.
right?
Oh,
So you've got 6 finesse, and 2 goes into mind. So you've got 5 in mind, 6 in finesse, and 8 in force, right?
That sounds good.
Okay. Bob,
I'll do the same. Keep things simple.
okay. So you're both strong, but you're both not very clever.
That's about right.
So force is how hard you lift things, right? How good at lifting things you are, or how good you are at headbutting doors, for example.
Right.
Finesse is how quietly you can move, how quickly you can react, or how elegantly you can escape when things might go wrong.
Right.
And then mind is whether you notice the loose brick in the wall before headbutting it.
Okay.
So whenever you check something, you roll the d20, which I'll be doing for you so you can see on the screen.
Right.
If you roll high enough, then you will succeed that thing. If you roll badly, then I will smile. That's how the system works.
Okay. Ready again?
So, let's set the scene. You wake up on a cold stone bed. Your head hurts. Your mouth tastes like regret. Iron chains are bound on both of your wrists. A single torch flickers in a narrow corridor outside the door you can just about see. Across from you is another cell, and you can both see there is another person / animal in the cell. So, Reginald, you can see that there is what appears to be a shark in the cell, and Canute, you see what appears to be a ram in the cell opposite yours. You've both been captured. You have no weapons, you have no equipment, and judging by the faint smell drifting down the corridor, the night guard may be having a better evening than you are right now. Somewhere in the prison, everything belongs to you, is stored. Okay, all of your equipment is somewhere in this prison. Between you and freedom stands locked doors, at least one underpaid guard, and someone important enough to run this place. At the moment, you are not friends. You are not allies, but you are currently the only two people here who are not being paid to stay inside. Whenever you move, chains rattle. A got talking faintly somewhere off down the corridor. You hear boot steps. You hear somebody coughing far away. And from the darkness, a slightly slurred voice mutters, 5 more minutes. Dad, what would you like to do, Sir Reginald?
Move slowly towards the door to see if it's open or not.
Very clever. Okay, so I'm gonna move towards the door, right? Move over here somewhere. And I am going to roll a perception check with your intelligence. Okay, so you've got 5. I'm gonna roll the dice, and then whatever you get on the dice, we add 5 to it, and that is the score, right?
Right.
So let's roll. Okay, so you score a 15. Your perception check passes. You try the door handle. Doesn't budge. No movement at all. Nice try though. Canute, what would you like to do?
Sit and watch the door.
Watch the door.
Yeah.
Fine. So you just stay there on your bunk. Every time you move, the chains rattle. You feel weird without the medallion around your neck. You keep wondering, where is it? Where's all my stuff? You hear a faint drip outside in the corridor. And again, somebody far, far away coughing. Nobody's coming for you. You are in your cell. Nothing happens. So, Reginald, what would you like to do next?
Using brute strength round the door.
Okay. You have 8 in your force, so you're quite strong. So we're going to roll a d20 and see what score you get. You get 13. You get a 21. You take a step back. You bow your head down. And you charge at the door. At the last second, you lift your head and you slam into the wood of the door. Although it's solid, it's a little bit old. The door itself doesn't break, but the hinges that are holding it to the wall snap off and the door swings outwards. You have escaped your cell.
Hey!
What are you wanting to do?
You can't borrow my horns.
Maybe you
Yeah, they're not strong as yours though. Run into the door and ram it with my shoulder.
Okay. So again, you have a force of 8. So you get up off your bunk, you head towards the door. You take a bit of a run up. Your brute strength, you're quite a large figure, right? You're taking up quite a large amount of this cell. You don't have a lot of room to move around. So you take a step back and then you decide to start charging at the door. Your shoulder lowers and you ram into it. And let's see what happens.
Oh,
You also manage, this time, it's not the hinges that are on the door that break. Because of your sheer size, the wood splinters and you just go tumbling into the corridor. And standing in front of you is what appears to be a humanoid sheep looking at you like, what the fuck is this? Dad, what would you like to do?
greet the funny shark thing in front of me.
Okay, what are you going to say?
Hello, funny shark thing. How are we going to get out of here?
I'm going to get out there. Nice. Cool. And what does Canute say?
If we join alliances, we can work this out together.
Teamwork. That might be what's going to get you through this. Cool. So, you both look at each other. You have this conversation. You eye each other up, trying to decide what the other one's made of. The only thing you know at this present moment is that you both need to get out of here. But before you do that, you both have some very expensive equipment somewhere in this prison. You don't know where it is yet. And coming from a bit further down the hallway, you start to hear footsteps. That 5 minutes is up, and the guard is on his way to do his rounds. So as you start to head up the corridor, you're both in this sort of little area here right now. There's a main corridor in front of you. To the left, there's a gate. And to the right, there appears to be a doorway into a room. So, what would you like to do? So, Reginald.
Approach the doorway to the right to see if it's open.
Okay. So you mean this way? Or that way?
That's correct.
Okay. So you come down and you notice following behind you. And you try the door, but it's barred, it's locked. There's no way through that way. And you can see at the end of the corridor, there's another gate that appears to be metal. Definitely no way you're going to be able to get through there. Canute, how about you? You're both here, by the way. Ignore this wall. You're both sort of in this area.
Look around the room to see if there's anything that can help us.
Okay, so you want to have a quick look around?
Yep.
What sort of things are you looking for? Anything in particular?
Anything we can use as a weapon or
A key.
keys or anything?
Yeah. Okay. So, Canute, with your mind, you are going to have a look around. You have 5 mind, so let's see whether you find anything. You score a 22. So You notice that the corridor slopes slightly. Water is dripping towards one corner. And there's a drainage grate in the floor that's up near Sir Reginald's cell. It looks old, but it's made of metal. So you're not sure whether that's going to be a way to go. And also, you're quite large, and you're not sure if either of you would be able to fit down it. Sir Reginald.
Lift the grate to see what's underneath.
Okay. So again, I'm going to do a perception check. You're going to have a look at the grate, see if there's anything underneath. And see what you find, if anything. You lift the grate. It's not actually secured, but it's also definitely way too small for either of you to fit down. It's just a small little drainage grate. It's not going to be any use to you here, but you can see water trickling in a certain direction. And the water is trickling what looks like to be deeper into prison that you're in, which would suggest, potentially, if that's the way that the water's running, that's the way that the exit might be. If the water's going somewhere, then maybe that's where you should be going as well. Okay, what now, Canute?
Follow the stream of water to see where it goes.
So, Reginald, are you going with him or are you going to stay there?
I'm staying here.
Don't trust this damn shark.
I don't want to get wet.
There. Okay, so you see in the drain grate, the water is running this way. Right, so it's running below here and it's running this way deeper into the prison. So Reginald, you stay here, and Canute, you start walking up this corridor, and then you get to what appears to be a doorway. You look through the doorway and you can see on a makeshift little cot there is a sleeping guard. There appears to be empty tankards beside him, as if he's been drinking and he's on arrest. There also appears in the far corner a key be useful. What would you want to do?
Walk clockwise around the table, heading towards the key rack.
Okay, so you want to walk around this way?
Yeah.
Try to avoid the guard?
Yeah.
Okay. So Reginald, what are you doing? Are you staying there? Are you just chilling for now?
No, I'll follow along.
Okay, you're going to follow along? Okay. So now, there's two quite large, cumbersome creatures in this small guard room. And although the guard appears to be sleeping, and they appear to be a bit pissed up, let's say, snoring ever so slightly, you both decide to try and make your way around this table. So you both have a finesse of 6. So let's see. First of all, we'll see how Canute does with his sneak ability. Ooh. That's an 11. As you start passing the table, your massive bulk knocks into a chair and it skitters across the floor. And the guard Goes like that. Not quite awake yet, but it's not going to take much to wake him up completely. So Reginald, let's see how you do. You score a 21. You just happily, casually stroll along beside Canute. Now and again, you'll just go like, shh.
Get away.
Yeah. You big oaf. Just quiet. You wake him up. Canute, you going to carry on going?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to keep on. Okay, cool. So you've just about squeezed past this chair, right? You've knocked over. The guard is not snoring as much anymore. He's still asleep, but the snoring has certainly eased off a little bit. And yeah, he certainly seems to be a little bit more alert. So you can start to walk around here, underneath the guard room, and we're gonna check your stealth again to see whether you have got any better at being subtle. Oh, very nice. You move effortlessly, basically tiptoeing. So Reginald behind you, sort of ramming you a little bit with his horns, just saying, "Come on, hurry up!" But just, don't disturb the guard. You start tiptoeing. You're being very, very careful now. Being a lot more subtle than you were before. So Reginald, it's time to check how you're getting on. Are you following along behind Canute, or are you?
I'm in front of him.
What's that? Sorry.
I'm in front of him.
Oh, you moved in front of him because he was okay.
He was knocking the chair over. I'm at the key rack getting the keys.
Yeah. Okay, so you're still trying to get through.
Oh,
So Reginald, you score 11. As you are over here, sort of leaning over this desk, the keys are up on this wall, right? You're leaning over this desk trying to get the keys. Canute sort of tiptoeing behind you. You make a clumsy grab, and one of the keys that you're reaching for slips off and falls down and lands on the desk. Luckily, it doesn't make a massive sound, but the guard is definitely starting to stir now. The sleep, no more. He's starting to wake up. And you've got to decide what you both want to do. What are you up to?
suffocate him.
I'm going to keep my eye on the guard.
Okay. So you're letting Sir Reginald try and get the key while you're.
Yeah. He's more of a fairy than I am.
More of a furry. Okay. So you somewhere over here, Canute, by this O. That's where you are. So Reginald, you're here, right at the foot of the bed, and the guard is definitely starting to wake up now. He's starting to make sort of shuffling sound, and you can start to hear him sort of groaning and grumbling a little bit as he sort of starts to start to get up a little bit. As you look over, you see he sits up in his bed, and you come face to face with Roderick Hale. Roderick Hale is the Night Watchman, but he's also very much in his cups, right? He likes a drink. He's been drinking all night, and although he's technically on guard, he's not very athletic, and he's not very clever either, you can tell. Beside the bed, you can see he's got a wooden baton, and he's got a short sword as well, and a lantern on the bedside table. His eyes open, and he peers at you, noticing that there is a sheep and what appears to be a shark standing, one by the keys and one in the middle of the room. What would you like to do? Sir Reginald.
I will tell him to go back to sleep, that he's having a nightmare, and it'll all get better in the morning.
Nice. Okay. So using your sheepy powers, you creep up slowly to the guard, and you're sort of floating in
Tell
front.
him to count sheep.
Yeah, exactly. And you say, "Count some sheep. Sleep." Let's check to see how receptive Sir Reginald is to a sheep telling him that he's just having a bad dream. What we're doing? We'll do mine. Let's roll. Let's see how successful this is. For a 17. So, although he doesn't quite believe his eyes, he's also vaguely aware of the fact that at some point there is supposed to be a sheep and a shark in the cells. Although he's drunk and he's tired, he's also not completely stupid. But it might buy you a few minutes for him to start figuring out, actually, this is wrong. So, Canoe, what would you like to do?
Tell Sir Reginald to grab the keys and let's go.
So you sort of move a bit closer, and you stand sort of right beside Sir Reginald, and you're sort of poking him, saying, "Come on, get the keys." Sir Reginald's still there, sort of pretending to be a dream. And the guard is bleary-eyed, sort of blinking, like, what's going on? The massive shape of Canute coming up behind this sheep has definitely woken him up a lot more than he was already. This shark is very imposing. He's massive, right? You chose the character. And he's incredibly scary looking. He is a shark, right? So this guard all of a sudden snaps awake, and he's like, you shouldn't be here." What now?
Headbutt him and take the keys.
Okay. So Reginald bows his head again and relies on his trusty weapon, his horns, and he rams forwards. Let's see how he does. Score a 16. So as you're ramming forward, your foot actually catches the little bedside table, and the lamp that's on there actually tumbles off and falls on the floor and crashes, right? And the flame that's inside actually starts to set light to the bedclothes, right? So now, not only have you got a guard waking up, you've also got a small fire starting to spread. But you do connect with the guard, and he takes let's see what damage he takes. He takes 5 damage. Okay, so his health has been reduced by 5. You ram squarely into his chest. It knocks him back into the wall behind him, and his key sort of goes flying off. But he's now alert, and he has now raised the alarm. He started shouting at other people, right? So normally the alarm level is at 0. He's shouted and the alarm level has gone up to 1. So there's a lot of commotion going on. So now there might be some other people hanging around in the prison. As he tries to get up off the bed, he notices the fire and it starts to actually catch his socks on light, right? So now his socks are burning as well. What are you doing?
I'm gonna bite his head.
I'm gonna bite his head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll keep him quiet.
That will keep him quiet. Okay.
The guard of the prison.
So he's already been damaged. He's lost 5 health points. He's got 15 health points left, right? So if your attack does more than 15, then you kill him outright.
Maybe he ain't got a head, he's got to be dead.
Depends on how successful it is. So if you score over 15, then you kill the guard. But you also trigger bloodlust.
Oh yeah. Well, once you're hungry.
If you score less than 15, then he's injured, but he's not completely maimed. So let's see how successful your attack is. Ouch. As you bend forward to rip his head off, the fire that's now slowly spreading around the room actually starts to burn you. So your leg starts to burn a little bit. So the attack doesn't completely hit him, right? Although, as you're lunging forward, he puts his arm up like this. And you take from the elbow down off. And now he's definitely screaming. So, Reginald, what would you like to do?
Piss on the fire to put it out.
Yeah.
And grab his keys and make a run for the door.
Okay. So Reginald was looking around the room. He can't see. There's no water. He's like, oh, there was water over there, but it's in the drain. I've got no way to get it. So there must be something that I can do. The fire is slowly spreading, catching fire on this sort of cabinet here. The bedclothes are now starting to catch a little bit. They're singeing, and the guard is there just sort of screaming with like a bloody stump. Blood is just pissing everywhere all over the room. Keeps landing in the flames and it keeps sort of sputtering. So you decide to turn around and try to pee on it. Well, let's see how successful you are. We'll use finesse. So as you start to pee on it, the flames get a bit higher and starts to singe your fur, your wool a little bit. And actually you end up then taking a bit of burn damage. So you take 2 burn damage. And now you've got some slightly red plums. What would you like to do?
Cream on me plums.
Is the guard still screaming?
Very much so. Yeah, his arm's off. You've swallowed his arm.
Well, I might as well finish him off then.
Okay, he's got 1 health point left, right? So you need to score at least 1 to get rid of him, right? He's still screaming, right? He's still screaming. He's still flailing his arm around the room. 11. You lean forward. Your jaws clamp around his head. Twist. And then silence. Apart from the crackling of the flames. So, Reginald.
Take the keys and head for the locked door.
Okay. So Reginald, only slightly perturbed by the amount of blood that's suddenly joined the room, fishes around in the puddle of blood of this sort of headless and armless corpse that sat on the bed still, and he manages to find the keys. You start to head out of the room, and you start sort of going past this way, ignoring the fire. Like, the room's stone, it's not all going to burn down. Who cares about the fire now? As you start to head out, you turn around, and Canute is still attacking this headless corpse. Canute, I'm going to need you. You've triggered your bloodlust. I am going to roll for you. You need to score over. You've got over 16 to stop this bloodlust. Otherwise, Sir Reginald's off, mate. So, let's see. Oh! Sir Reginald turns around and aims a kick at you. And just enough to sort of bring your concentration back. You have blood just dripping from you. You're absolutely covered in it. Whatever was left of the guard is now just a pile of bits on the bed. The fire has actually been put out because of the amount of blood that you've spread around the room, right? Luckily, the fire has been put out. Not necessarily done with finesse, but hey, it's been completed. You turn to Sir Reginald and you start to head out of the door. Gradually sort of just trying to wipe blood off you as you go. Just like, this sort of stuff. Like, oh, it's in what would be my hair if I had any. You both get to the door and you peek out slightly and you have to decide right, the way you came from, or left, back this way. You can see this little sign here as well. It says to storage. There's a little sign on the wall that says storage. What would you like to do, Sir Reginald?
Turn left and head down the corridor towards storage.
Okay. So you're here at the moment, and you decide to come out and turn this way. Canute, you going with him?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you head out, and there is just this yard here. There appears to be like a watchtower and what appears to be the ocean and a little pier, a little jetty sticking out into it. What would you like to do? Canute?
Head towards the storage. I want my balls and my medallion back.
Okay. So Reginald's headed up this way. He's took in the yard. He's like, oh, there's the way out, but we've not got any of our stuff, right? So Canute sort of grabs him and sort of pulls him back and says, come on, this way. Got to try and find our stuff. So Canute grabs you and starts bringing you back this way. And the only way that you haven't been so far is turning down this little corridor. So you get to about here. And you've got a door to your right and a door to your left. So, Reginald, which way do you want to go?
I'm going down the corridor and I'm turning right.
Okay. So this way? Or the other right?
That right.
This right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Reginald, you get here, and Canute sort of still trying to clean blood off himself, gets to this door, and you take the key out that you stole from the very now deceased guard, and you try it in the lock. It doesn't work. It's the wrong key. That key was for the prison cells where you were being stored before. Now, what are you up to?
I'm going to use my sheer weight again and ram into the door with my shoulder.
Okay. So, Canute sort of pushes Sir Reginald out the way. Oh, this is a man's job. Pushes him out the way. Tries to take a run up, but not a lot of room. Same again. Even less room than there was before. So you need to score above 15 to break this door down. Oh, nice. You slam into the door, and actually, the door was unlocked. You just go straight through the door, and you just sort of tumble into the room, arse over tit, and Sir Reginald's there like, what? What are you doing? Like, come on. Sir Reginald comes and joins you in the room, and you see all of the equipment that you own. There's chests with locks on them. So Reginald's stuff is stored really high up, right? Much higher up than he can reach. And Canute's stuff is spread out around the room. So there's some over here, his battle axe, and then over here, that's where his medallion and his shield are. What would you like to do? Sir Reginald.
Look around the room for a key for the lock.
Okay. So Sir Reginald notices that their stuff is locked up, right? They're not going to be able to get into it. So you decide to try and find a key. So you've got 6 finesse. So let's see how you do. You have 12 finesse, right? So you're looking around the room and you can't see any obvious keys, right? There's nothing that you can really use. But you remember, actually, there was a key shelf in the guard room. So although there's nothing in this one, maybe you'll be able to find something back in the other room. Canute, what are you doing?
Did you say all that stuff was locked up?
Yeah. So Reginald's stuff is being stored up higher, so he won't be able to reach it, but you might. And your stuff is sort of padlocked and stuff to the benches. And you see there's a couple of chests as well that appear to be locked.
I am going to sit on the chest and tell Sir Reginald to go back and get the keys.
Okay. So Canute comes and strolls over here. He just sits down, just plonks his massive weight, still cleaning blood off himself. And he says, go back in, go find the keys. They're in that other room. So Reginald's a bit like, after the mess you made in there, you want me to go back in? In the end, Sir Reginald decides he's going to go across. You can hear other things going on around the ruckus with the guard that was sleeping. It certainly stirred a few people. What do you decide to do? You're here at this point.
Go into the guard room, collect all the remaining keys, and go back to Shark Face.
Okay. So let's see how sneaky you are, because you can hear people moving around in the corridors. You can't see anybody yet, but there's definitely a lot more movement than there was before. So you decide to try and sneak across. So let's see how you get on. You score a 9. As you step out into the corridor, Canute, being a shark of not very much brain, shouts after you and says, a silence seems to descend over the prison before you hear the regular of what sounds to be soldiers coming your way. You quickly run forward into the guard room. The blood is just everywhere. It's just pooling all over the floor. It's sort of gradually running down and sort of starting to trickle down these stairs. And you realize there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this sneakily. So you quickly run in. There's loads of keys. There's like 50 pairs of keys, right? And you try to gather them all up as much as you can. You turn around and start to run out of the room. And as you do, you get here, your arm full of keys. You've even got some keys hanging on your horns. You've got so many of them. You get to this point, and from round the corner, a new character is unlocked. Her name is Ilara Vale. She is the shift commander. She has come to figure out what all of that noise is about. As she's heading down that corridor, she spots the blood starting to pool out here, and she goes to investigate. And as you're just coming out of this room, arms full of keys, Ilara is rounding the corner and spots you. And that is where we're going to end for the evening. And that's it. That is session 0. What do we think?
Yeah, good so far, but I think it takes a lot more thinking about. Like, I should have told Shark Face to go up and get on top of the chest and get my stuff down from off the shelf.
Yeah, he just sent you out unarmed into a corridor with soldiers.
I'm not stupid.
And then he shouted after you and raised the alarm. This is the problem when you choose not very clever characters. They make stupid mistakes.
If you didn't drop that key when you went to get the first key, the guard would never have woke up. I would never have killed him.
You should have bit first bite, not second bite.
Yeah.
We should have rammed him harder. Knocked him out or something.
Should have covered him in sheep's wool.
Yep. Yeah, you could have suffocated him. You could have sat on his face.
Yeah.
That would have suffocated him. Just a face full of wool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, when's episode 2?
When do you want episode 2?
Oh, I don't know. When Michael's available.
Well, I've put this as Wednesdays at 6:30, but obviously, Bob, you've got work and stuff. So does that stay okay for you, or is it going to be sort of changeable?
It should be okay. Depends if Amy's working or not.
Mhm.
So I usually pick her up at 6.
I was
But-
working tonight.
Yeah, coming into the summer, Charlie's will start opening later. So she might not finish work till 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, we'll wait till that time. We've still got ages yet.
Either that or Fridays will be all right for me. Because I'm not up for work on a Saturday.
Okay. Dad, I assume you're most evenings apart from when football's on.
Babes, it's fine. I can walk away from her.
Well, should we say next Wednesday?
Leave it
Same
with
time?
me now.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we'll do this again. See what happens in episode.
Bye bye. Thank you. Dungeon
No
Dragon.
I'm going to go to bed dreaming of sharks and sheep now.
Yeah.
I want my bazooka. You should have stood on that chest and got my stuff down.
Should have told him to.
Bye.
Bye. See you
See you
later.
later.